Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 9 p.m. English News Edition. There are the top stories. The Minister of National Education and Vocational Training concludes his tour in Oboh. The second rotation of the Gendarmerie Nationals from the police unit has returned to the country. For the international news, Jenin camp emptied at 30,000 residents, confirms UNRWA. The details on this news edition. Welcome to our newsroom. Continuing his tour in the northern part of the country of the Tajura region, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training headed towards the Oboh region, accompanied by regional authorities, parliamentarians, the UNICEF representatives, and senior officials from his department. He visited the localities of Wadi and Siwali. In Wadi, the minister and his delegation were warmly welcomed by the population with the traditional songs and dances. Signed by the Joy and Hope, his visit brought the highlight of this stop was to inaugurate the inauguration of the integrated rural school of Wadi, an innovative educational facility designed to address the challenges of schooling in rural areas. This institution offers two full cycles ranging from preschools to the 90th grade. It consists of 6 classrooms, a library, housing for teachers, a health clinic, a dormitory, and a dining hall. The integrated rural school of Wadi marks a significant advancement in the education of children from the 5 neighboring localities, Tadatur, Ilisola, Badoitala, Rure, and Assassini. From now on, these students will be able to continue their education beyond primary school without being forced to leave their family environment. After the inauguration, the minister held discussion with community representatives and parents. He explained in details the concept of the integrated rural school, which is based on a fundamental principle to structure and energize rural areas by grouping several camps or some villages around a central educational hub. Rather than dispersing school infrastructure, this model encouraged the gradual relocation of isolated population near the school, thus creating a larger, better organized village. Far from being a mere learning institution, the school becomes the heart of a true local development center around which very essential services revolve. Indeed, in addition to providing access to education, the integrated rural school encourages the development of infrastructure vital to the well-being of residents, water supply, health posts, local businesses and income-generating activities. This holistic approach goes beyond the transmission of knowledge, contributing to the sustainable improvement by bringing together population and creating a structured living environment. In a speech by the director of the French Development Agency representing UNICEF, he said that today is the last day of our tour week. This visit with the minister and the delegation will lead, during which we visited our schools in these areas. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. He said, I am happy with what has been done and what I see today. It is not only education that matters, but everything that is important for children, such as health, water, and sanitation. During the meeting with the delegation led by the Minister of Education, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, the village chief of Wadi, thanked the minister and his delegation for their visit, while emphasizing the inauguration of the long-awaited school by the families of Wadi. The establishment of the school has had a positive impact on Wadi. Now families no longer have to travel to Oboh to educate their children. On behalf of the people of Wadi and its surroundings areas, I welcome you, he said the village chief of Wadi. Although there are still requests from an isolated community like Wadi, today we prioritize the feelings of the population who are proud that their children no longer have to travel to Oboh for secondary school. I thank the Minister of Education who made a promise and is now fulfilling it by inaugurating the Wadi school. Ali Hamad Hassan MP, known as Ali Bo, stressed the importance of establishing schools in remote areas to ensure all children have access to education nationwide. He thanked the Minister of Education, His Excellency Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, for creating schools near the borders, noting the clear progress in education since the minister took office. Ali Boss emphasized the Minister Mustafa is actively visiting remote areas to understand the social situation and fulfill his promises. He hopes other officials will follow suit to witness firsthand by the living conditions of remote families. He congratulated the Minister for building educational infrastructure for children near the borders. The President of the Regional Council of Obakh, Mr. Mohammed Ismail, for himself, also praised the Minister for visiting the region in inaugurating the Wadi College. The President of the Regional Council acknowledged the Minister's fulfillment of a long-awaited promise, providing Wadi with its own college. While the region faces social challenges, education remains a priority for the future of the children. With the opening of the middle school, Wadi children no longer need to travel to Obakh, marking a significant step for local education. Families in Wadi thank the Minister for this achievement. The Minister now took the time to thoroughly explain the concept of an integrated rural school, emphasizing that it is grounded in a crucial principle.
We've already explained a little bit about what we mean by an integrated rural school, but the core idea is simple: creating life around the school. Earlier, the General mentioned youth unemployment and the need for jobs. Our vision for this project is to ensure that life flourishes around the school. What this means, it's not just about having a school, electricity, or access to water. It's about bringing the dispersed community together to build their lives around the school. By doing this, we create job-generating activities. Take school canteens, for example. School requires livestock to provide food for students. Instead of purchasing meat from individual suppliers, the President of the Republic envisions a system where the local community itself manages livestock farming. The school would then buy directly from them, ensuring economic benefits stay within the community. The same approach applies to school gardens. Rather than having just a school garden, why not develop a community garden? Community participation. While the government and partners will provide support, community engagement is essential. This integrated rural school model is not just an idea for our country, it's an approach we have seen presented at the international conferences, sharing it with fellow African nations. It's an ambitious initiative and we need your support and contribution to make it a success. Thank you.
Continuing his journey, the Minister visited Siwali, where he inaugurated a primary school built in 2022. This brand new facility provides a conducive environment for learning, featuring several classrooms, including a preschool class. After unveiling the plaque symbolizing the inauguration, the Minister took the time to engage with the school's management committee and local representatives. They expressed their gratitude for this achievement, which marks a significant advancement in the education of their children. However, they also raised several needs for the optimal functioning of the school, including the installation of solar panels, the construction of a cafeteria, and housing for teachers. In response, the Minister assured them that these requests will be addressed positively. However, he also pointed out that the students' enrollment remains low and encouraged the local residents to enroll all children from the surrounding camps to strengthen the school's sustainability and ensure its future development. The UNICEF representative highlighted that if it was the last day of their 2-week journey with the minister and the delegation they led, during which they visited schools in the Misty Land. She expressed her gratitude for the warm welcome and shared her happiness about the achievements witnessed during the visit. Additionally, she mentioned that they are working with the regions to combat the problem of the faraway localities. Finally, she expressed her joy in being with UNICEF and stated that as women, they possess the power to accomplish anything. The impression of Mr. Mohammed Kamel Mohammed were noted, where the village chief of Siwali, Mohammed Kamel, thanked the Minister of Education for his numerous visits to the remote areas near the borders, including his visit to the village of Siwali. He also congratulated the president for his political vision. In Siwali, the Minister of Education has taken several initiatives to improve the educational condition, and they thanked Minister Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud for his efforts regarding the needs. They requested improvement to the school canteen and student housing to accommodate the students of Siwali School. The prefect of the region of Obakh stated that the team had met with the president of the regional council to discuss solutions regarding water supply in the region. He He highlighted the importance of drilling in the school, stressing the need to establish a water supply system. Currently, efforts are underway to secure funding from UNICEF, with agreements already signed, and they hope to complete the project by the end of the year. Additionally, another request was made for the establishment of a health post, not only for this region, but also for Adgilu. The prefect mentioned that he will discuss this matter with the Minister of Health. Mr. Mustafa Mohamed Mahamoud reassured everyone that this request will be met with positive responses, underscoring his firm commitment to addressing the community needs.
Second visit here, the last time was doing a tour to explore different recruitment areas, assess the presence of children in various localities, and most importantly, reach the most remote communities. Today, Alhamdulillah, I am back with a newly constructed school that includes 3 classrooms and latrines. We now have a first-year class and second-year class, but the capacity remains insufficient. A school is not built for just a small village or single encampment. It's like a mosque meant solely for the nearby residents. It serves as an entire region, what can call a recruitment basin. All children from surrounding areas should attend the school. Starting tomorrow, efforts will be made to ensure they are brought in. The inspector will also visit to verify attendance. As for the school canteen, its resources are proportional to the number of students. The president of the regional council is responsible for managing and overseeing the canteen alongside the inspector.
The Djiboutian delegation departed from Djibouti International Airport to participate in the 38th Grand Intercultural Festival in India, taking place from February 7th to 24th, 2025. The departure ceremony was held at the VIP lounge of Air Djibouti, attended by the Ministry of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowe, and the Indian Ambassador to Djibouti, His Excellency Mr. Kayvan, and senior officials from the Ministry and the Embassy. The delegation, led by Abdul Karim Mohamed Mir, head of the Arts Development and Promotion Service, includes Mrs. Fadoum Rabri, head of the Communication Service, and a troupe of 30 young talents guided by renowned figures from the artistic world. They are expected to enrich the festival with meaningful and profound cultural exchanges. Indian Ambassador, His Excellency Mr. Kayvan, expressed his delight in seeing young talent participating in the festival in his country and recalled the outstanding participation of Djiboutian artists in previous edition. The memorable day ended with a group photo capturing a new chapter in the cultural cooperation between Djibouti and India. Here are now the words of the Indian Ambassador to Djibouti, His Excellency Mr. Kayvan.
Thank you very much, and congratulations also now that you are going to India. I would like to say that India is a very, very big country, full of culture, full of traditions, so many religions, and it is like, a big garden full of different types of beautiful flowers. So you'll go and experience. Some of you maybe for the first time, some of you might have already visited, but it's a new experience, especially when you go to the Suraj Kunj Mela. It's a big confluence of culture. You'll see all the culture of India. You'll go and experience it. People are laughing together, eating together, dancing together. So you will go and enjoy. So today you are going to fulfill, and you are going to be the cultural ambassadors of Djibouti to India.
For Djiboutian Minister Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowe, this initiative marks a significant milestone for the young artists of Djibouti. It offers them invaluable opportunities to engage in meaningful intercultural exchanges where they can learn from diverse artistic traditions, share their own experiences, and develop new skills. By participating in such a prestigious international festival, these young talents are not only able to showcase their creativity, but also gain exposure to a global audience, fostering personal growth and professional development. Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowe have emphasized that this experience will empower them to further elevate Djibouti's cultural presence on the world stage. And now, as I mentioned on the title, after a year of dedicated service in the Central African Republic as part of a peacekeeping efforts, the second rotation of the formed police unit of the National Gendarmerie returned to the country on Thursday, February 6th, 2025, with a strong sense of duty fulfilled. The gendarmes, dressed in their finest uniforms and waving their blue beret, stepped into national soil, warmly welcomed by Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden, Chief of Staff of the National Gendarmerie, and a delegation of senior officers. Each member of the contingent proudly wore the United Nations medal awarded in recognition of their dedication and professionalism. This prestigious distinction symbolizes their contribution to international peace and security. It is important to note that during their mission, the Djiboutian Gendarmerie contingent played a crucial role in stabilizing the Central African Republic, actively participating in protection of civilians, strengthening the rule of law, and promoting security in a particularly challenging environment. The Chief of Staff of the Gendarmerie stated that he was immensely proud of the excellence, courage, and professionalism demonstrated by the contingent throughout this mission. The unwavering commitment in the Central African Republic reflects the strength of our institution and the key role Djibouti plays in global efforts to maintain peace. This return not only marks a personal accomplishment for each member of this contingent, but also stands as a powerful testament to our international solidarity. They are true heroes, and we welcome them today with great appreciation. Their success is the success of Djibouti as a whole. Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden took the opportunity to pay tribute to His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, for his invaluable support, which enabled the deployment of the Gendarmerie unit in the Central African Republic as part of the United Nations peacekeeping mission. And now, on a bright morning, the Dorale Terminal Management Company, SGTD, enthusiastically welcomed the arrival of new rubber-tired gantry RTG cranes aboard the Johan Ufu vessel, aimed at enhancing the performance and efficiency of the terminal during this reception held on the quay. The CEO of the SGTD, along with various technical and logistical managers, was present to oversee this key milestone in development of port infrastructure. The state-of-the-art equipment will optimize handling operations, reduce container processing times, and improve traffic flow within the terminal. As you know, the Dorale Terminal is a national flagship and a strategic pillar in Djibouti's maritime trade, plays a central role in the country's economic development. The acquisition of these new RTGs is part of a continuous innovation and modernization drive aimed at maintaining the port's competitiveness and capacity to accommodate the growing demands of international trade. Through this investment, SGTD reaffirmed its commitment by enhancing its capabilities. Dorale Terminal positioned itself as an essential logistic hub, contributing to the smooth flow of commercial exchange. Now let's listen to the CEO, the General Director Abdullahi Adawi Sigad, that he expressed his joy over the acquisition of this new equipment.
Today we have the great opportunity, the chance to welcome new equipment for SGTD Dorale Container Terminal 10 RTG, which is part of the great project of modernization of the terminal, the modernization and also the operation capacity increase. So today, as you know, last year we acquired 4 STS ultra-large container vessel. This year we'll be acquiring, we acquired 10 RTG plus coming trucks, Richteker and empty handler. All these equipment are aimed to increase the operational capacity, the growth of the terminal, as well as the performance. So we are happy the all SGTD team to this great job, and we were happy to count on the support of the our government authority up to the higher level to top down, and we were happy also to count on the support of the Port and Free Zone Authority, Marine Service, and especially also the SGTD team, who had made a great job from the beginning design to the end. This event is a short event just to discharge the equipment. There will be a job of checking, inspecting, analyzing, which is aimed to ensure that the equipment are fit to be operational and to be commissioned. Inshallah, this will be carried out within the next month and a half, and at the end of that process, we'll be making a bigger ceremony for the all equipment, and that we will have the opportunity to welcome and to host the all stakeholder of this great success for Dorale terminal within the country, within the Port Authority, and of course within the SGTD. Finally, and the most important, I would like at the name of all SGTD team to thank our customer, the Djiboutian customer, Ethiopian customer, and also the international customer, where they allow us and they support us the last 2 years with a high level of business, high growth of business. We want to thank you them, and is thanks to their support we have managed to increase the terminal capacity almost from 600,000 TEU to 1.2 million TEU within 2 years. So we want really thank to our customer. What we want also say to our customer is that during these 2 years, because the business have arrived suddenly and acquiring equipment is taking time, the last 2 years or especially the last year, the operational faced because of the Red Sea crisis and because of let's say not enough equipment, especially on the yard and space. We have been working hard, and I want to thank you here, the all GT team who have been solving this issue. With the arrival of this equipment is the end of, I would say, this challenge. We, as you know, we have made available about 20 hectares of yard, and we have acquired equipment, land equipment. So this RTG are here to ease and to solve the issue of the delay and the waiting time in the terminal. So from the commission of this RTG, the volume of the terminal will grow, and the waiting time, the booking time, and the delivery time will increase. That for the landside client, for Ethiopia and Djibouti. For the seaside, this equipment will allow to increase the transshipment capacity at further level, and we hope to reach another record next year.
Sport now. The State Secretary for Sport, in collaboration with Djiboutian Athletic Federation (FDA), organized the 24th edition of the Djibouti International Half Marathon this Friday. The event took place on February 7th at the Hassan Guled Abtidun Stadium in the capital. As in previous year, the 24th edition attracted athletes from several countries who eagerly participated. Among the foreign athletics welcomed in Djibouti were competitors from Ethiopia, Kenya, Tunisia, Rwanda, Angola, Burundi, Somalia, and Belgium. The Djibouti International Half Marathon is a major sport event that attracts hundreds of runners of all levels and nationalities each year. Djiboutian athletes are leading the race and currently hold the top position. The details in this information on the edition of tomorrow. The University of Djibouti, in collaboration with the Executive Secretary for Risk and Disaster Management, successfully organized an intensive training session on disaster medicine and managing exceptional health situations from February 2nd to 9th, 2025. This event brought together multidisciplinary actors to strengthen national capacities in facing health crises and major risks. The training was concluded with a full-scale exercise to implement lessons learned throughout the week. The training was attended for health professionals from all national healthcare structures, CHU, Armed Forces Health Services through its directorate, and the military hospital, as well as healthcare structure of the National Police, National Gendarmerie, and CNSS. Defense and Security Forces, the National Civil Protection Directorate, Coast Guards, and representatives from the Ministry of the Interior via its Executive Secretary for Risk and Disaster Management. It promoted exchanges between key sectors involving in managing exceptional health situations. The goal of this initiative was to harmonize practices and improve interinstitutional coordination during complex emergencies, whether caused by natural disaster, epidemics, and humanitarian crises, led by emergency medicine experts such as Professor Pierre Carly and Dr. Jean Sebastien. The training combined theory and practice. Participants had the opportunity to learn from the operational experiences of the health services teams from the French force stationed in Djibouti. A mobile team led by the Chief Medical Officer of the Arta Health Region, Dr. Yaqub Hussein Ardeye, visited the locality of Gabla Galan to provide medical care and assistance to the local population. During their visit, the prefect and the chief physician met the residents of the area to gather their opinions and expectations regarding healthcare services. The prefect of the region, Mr. Hassan Adabali, reassured the residents that the visit of mobile teams will now become more frequent and regular. At the end of the day, the mobile team conducted 28 consultations for women in family planning, 56 consultations for adults, and 37 children for child health and immunization, and 31 children for nutrition. Additionally, over 300 mosquito nets were distributed to rural households as part of malaria prevention efforts. In our magazine now tonight, we head to the south of the country. Like the rest of the world, the Djiboutian Customs celebrated International Customs Days yesterday. It was an occasion for customs officials to gather around the shared cause, celebrating the day with joy and enthusiasm in the presence of their general manager, Mr. Guled Ahmed Yusuf.
Smuggling is an illegal activity that involves bringing goods into a country without going through official channels and without paying the required taxes. The government is tirelessly fighting all forms of illicit trafficking through the General Directorate of Customs and Indirect Taxes. To address the issue of porous borders, this state institution deploys mobile teams that conduct control operations in collaboration with the Army, Police, and Gendarmerie at major entry points for smuggled goods. Custom agents regularly seize a wide range of goods, including cigarettes, jerry cans of kerosene, alcohol, cat, cosmetics, among others, all coming from neighboring countries. Despite the use of various methods to deceive the vigilance of custom officers posted at the country's entry points and in remote areas, they managed to catch them. An experienced custom officer explained, "The list is long," he said, especially since drug traffickers, who are severely punished by the law, always find new tricks to hide and introduce these products into the country. To fight this plug, which represents significant losses to the country's economy, the Ali Sabih Custom Brigade conducts intense operations in the mountains day and night to deter smugglers. We are engaged in an unrelenting battle against illicit products in all their forms here in Galile, at the border with Ethiopia. Multiple products such as drugs, cat, medication, and other expired products harmful to public health are seized. This is our daily task, night and day, in collaboration with the police and military detachments of the Ali Sabih region. We will continue to fight the scourge in every corner which harms the country's economy. I urge those who want to engage in such activities to think twice, as we will be relentless in dealing with you. To face this trafficking, the General Directorate of Customs and Indirect Taxes, led by the General Director Mr. Guled Ahmed Yusuf, who I would like to thank here, has provided us with all the resources we need to combat this plague. I would also like to thank the prefect of the Ali Sabih region, Abdulmalik Muhammad Bunaita, who supports us in our work every day. These new measures have shown promising results, but the fight against smuggling is a permanent struggle. The authorities continue to improve their methods and adapt to the new techniques used by smugglers. As a reminder, every week, large quantities of khat and goods that are not authorized or import or sell in national markets are seized and burned by the uniformed bodies. These men and women are engaged in a relentless battle against smuggling and illicit trafficking to prevent the threats posed by the underground economy. The Djiboutian Customs is working hard to ensure, with great rigor and dedication, the mission that is entrusted to it to guarantee the protection of the territory and the economy of the country.
And now with sports, the Djiboutian Swimming Federation organized the closing ceremony of the water comfort training this Friday at the National Swimming Pool. This training aimed at the 32 official cadets from the AMIA for acquiring and mastering essential aquatic skills as part of preparation. Over 3 weeks, these young soldiers received both theoretical and practical lessons from experts Dabali Idris Daoud and Ali Baragoita. Through this initiative, AMIA sought to enhance their versatility of their future officer in the maritime domain, in area that should not be beyond the reach of our military. At the end of the training, they had gained a solid mastery of the aquatic environment, a crucial asset in their future as leaders. The ceremony took place in the presence of representatives from the Ministry of Sport, the State Secretary of Sport, the Djiboutian Swimming Federation, and AMIA Command. It marked a key step in the collaboration between sport and military institutions to develop the physical and operational skills of the armed forces. The Djiboutian Swimming Federation would like to thank Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Yusuf Dabbar, Director of AMIA, for establishing and leading a valuable partnership fostering a framework of mutual trust between the two institutions. The Federation commemorates this partnership with a recognition plaque awarded to Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim. The Federation applauds this initiative and reaffirms its commitment to promoting swimming across all sectors of society. And now for the international news, as I mentioned on the top stories, according to the United Nations Relief and Working Agency for Palestine Refugees, Jenin is heading in a catastrophic direction. Large parts of the camp have been completely destroyed due to a series of explosions from Israeli forces. An estimated 100 homes have been destroyed or severely damaged. The residents of this camp have endured the unimaginable. According to our information, all the residents of the camp have left since this morning, said Juliette Thomas, UNRWA Director of Communication, during a regular UN press briefing in Geneva, speaking from Amman. This is it for this 9 p.m. English News Edition. Thank you for watching us. Stay tuned for more on RTD.